Yeah, so the goal now is to go from 10K to 30K before 2026. So setting the goal pretty high. Before I hit 10K a month, I was like starving. I was in the DMs every day and I was booking like five a week. So right now I help B2B business owners get more clients through YouTube. So I offer done for you YouTube content systems where we script, edit, package titles, thumbnails, and upload the content for our clients. All they do is record the footage, send it to us. And the purpose is to break down their system, show off their case studies, and pretty much explain what they do so they can attract their ICP and also help sell them before they get on a call. And I have 2,660 on LinkedIn and 197 on YouTube and a little over like 300 something on Twitter.
So we'll get straight into it. Quinton, you and I were working together about 6 months ago. You got from,
Yep.
what was it, 2K a month to 10K a month within 90 days. And
Yep.
now where are you looking to scale up to?
Yeah, so the goal now is to go from 10K to 30K before 2026. So setting the goal pretty high.
Nice. And we're in November, so we've got a month and a half to hit it. So
Yeah.
we've got a lot of things that we're going to diagnose and plan out today and create you a 60-day roadmap to help you get it as quickly as possible. Just before we get into it, tell me about your offer at the minute. Where's it currently at? What do you currently offer? Who are you currently helping?
Right. So right now I help B2B business owners get more clients through YouTube. So I offer done for you YouTube content systems where we script, edit, package titles, thumbnails, and upload the content for our clients. All they do is record the footage, send it to us. And the purpose is to break down their system, show off their case studies, and pretty much explain what they do so they can attract their ICP and also help sell them before they get on a call.
Nice. Perfect. Okay, cool. So the offer's pretty much the same as when we was at 10K a month, or when we started before 10K a month. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Current revenue 10K a month, right? Still
Yep.
there? Perfect. I know you mentioned before this call that it broke back down to 8.5K, right? It dropped down, but now you're going to aim for 10 again this month.
Yeah, so we should do 10 again. I had a client churn, but then we also brought on another client.
Okay.
So that'll bring it back.
Okay, that's just normal business then, to be fair. That's nothing major.
Yeah.
How many sales calls you booking per month at the minute?
Right now, there's like such a heavy drop off in sales calls because I got lazy and complacent after I hit those revenue goals that I just stopped sending DMs. So right now, like I'm not really booking much at all. I'd say probably about 5 a month.
Okay. And how many was you booking when you hit 10K a month?
So before I hit 10K a month, I was like starving. I was in the DMs every day and I was booking like 5 a week.
Okay. So that's definitely dropped off a lot. Literally a quarter of what you was getting. Okay.
Yeah.
And what social medias or platforms are you getting these leads from?
So my main source of lead gen comes from LinkedIn, and then I will get some leads filtering in from Twitter. And then I use my YouTube channel right now mainly to nurture those leads. I'll get like 1 or 2 a month from YouTube.
Okay. What's your audience sizes on each?
And I have 2,660 on LinkedIn and 197 on YouTube and a little over like 300 something on Twitter.
Okay. And where do most of your clients come from? Is it LinkedIn?
Yeah, LinkedIn.
Okay. And then 5 sales calls a month you're getting in a minute, still LinkedIn?
Yeah,
Cool. Okay. So you said that the DMs dropped off.
very heavily. Yeah.
Okay. That's your A plus problem. Inconsistent with the platform that worked best, right? You was booking 20 sales calls a month. That clearly worked. You got complacent and then it's all dropped off. Do you think you got complacent or did you get busy? Or a mix of both?
It was definitely a mix of both. So obviously bringing on all those new clients, I had to make sure everything was dialed in for them and the service was good. And then, the money hit my bank account. I wasn't like as back against the wall as I was before, to where there was always a reason to push off DMs, even though I probably could have been doing them.
Yeah. Okay. I think there's 2 problems here. Like obviously the A plus problem is the inconsistent platform. But that's the effect. What's causing this sounds to me like 2 things. One, it is normal that when you take on a load of new clients, you want to get them great results. You're going to probably plateau for a little bit. I think what's not normal is the fact that you then stop doing the DMs because you got complacent. Other than getting complacent, do you think there's anything else that held you back? And obviously being busy.
In terms of like not doing it, no, I think it really is just like focused on client work. And then I don't necessarily enjoy doing DMs. So it's not like I was like, looking forward to doing it every day. I kind of just made excuses for myself to take a couple steps back, even though I know I should be getting new people through the door. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. You're at a point now where it's very difficult to scale because your ego gets in the way. Okay, and this is why most people get stuck at 10k a month. They're like, right, what I did to get to 10k a month was I sent a load of DMs, put a load of posts out, done some YouTube videos, done some sales calls, cool. To get to 20k a month, I'm just going to double the amount of work that I'm doing, right? And that doesn't usually work. Okay, you might get to 15k, you might even hit 20k, but I very much doubt you're going to stay there because you're always going to be in this hamster wheel of like, okay, when I spend more time in the DMs, my client delivery drops, then my clients leave, and then my revenue drops back down, and I have to top it back up, and it'll be this constant hamster wheel you're going to be stuck in. What you need to do as a founder is find your zone of genius and find what you're best at, and then hire for everything else around that. Because your energy is the most important thing. If the one thing that drives your business forward the most is creating really good content, and then your energy is being drained by doing DMs, your content's going to fall off, then your leads are going to fall off, then your sales calls will fall off, then your clients fall off, then your revenue falls. So it's a knock-on effect. So I think the solution to this problem here is hiring an appointment setter. Okay. Do you have a process that you follow for DMs at the minute? As in like in your head or written down, do you have one?
Yeah, it's pretty much in my head now to the strategy I'll follow.
Cool. And would you say it's pretty repeatable?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Do you have the data to prove that?
No.
You don't track it?
No. Yeah, when we first started, I was like very consistent with that. And then I definitely just got lazy with it and just fell off completely.
Okay. I always say this and like, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And so I would start tracking your data again. Over the next 4 weeks, get yourself back in the trenches of doing the DMs. Okay. Refresh yourself on how it all works because you're probably a little bit rusty. Get yourself back in the DMs for 4 weeks. Get yourself booking 5 sales calls a week again. And then at the end of the 4 weeks, document how you approach DMs. You know, what profiles do you look for? What indicators do you look for that mean they're going to be a good fit? How do you start a conversation with them? How do you manage that conversation? How do you turn that conversation into a call? Once they've booked in a call, how do you then set them up for a good sales call? And go into as much detail as you possibly can into your process for DMs. Okay?
Okay.
So document the processes. Hire an appointment setter. Let me write this. Get back in the trenches first of sending DMs for 4 weeks. Document the processes that you use to do outreach and then hire an appointment setter. And then, to be fair, you might be able to get back to... Basically, the quicker you can get to 5 sales calls a week, the quicker you can get yourself out of the trenches. If you can get to 5 sales calls a week within a week, document the process, hire an appointment setter ASAP. I obviously have a pool of appointment setters I can give you. Just message me once you've done it. Get the processes documented, I'll give you one. And you can just hire him.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. That way, you then remove that inconsistency as well. Even if you do have a bad week, even if you do get complacent, you still have sales calls coming in. And then with the data, you can then start to ramp things up. Be like, right, you're sending 100 DMs a week and you're booking 5 sales calls. Let's send 200 a week and book 20 sales calls, or 10 sales calls, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So start tracking the data and document the processes and then hire an appointment setter and then get them to track the data as well. Try and get them to match your data as much as possible. If you send 100 DMs and have a 33% response rate, you want your appointment set to get as close to that 33% as possible.
Okay.
And then same with like the call booking rate, same with the number of qualified ICP leads messaged, etc., etc. So just start tracking that data. That's super important.
Okay.
Cool. That would be the first thing that I would do if I was you. Just literally get that A+ problem of being inconsistent solved. Because clearly, when you send DMs, you book more sales calls, you make more money. Yeah.
Yeah. And especially when we first started, that's what I really liked about it was that I could just open up my laptop and if I really put my best foot forward, I could just make sales calls appear on the calendar. Yeah. And I don't know why I'm not doing that right now because I like making money and I just took my foot off the gas with that.
It's normal. Like, I think it's normal for it to happen, especially because you took on like a surge of clients and then your time got separated and you got a little bit complacent because you're like, oh, these clients are on retainer. I'm going to earn 10k again next month. And that's like okay for you. And sometimes it's fine to have like a quick pause when you hit a goal and then go again. But to me, you haven't switched that back on yet. So let's just, switch it back on, get out the trenches as quickly as possible, get someone into that system so that it never happens again and then scale up.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Sweet. When you get on sales calls, well, actually, what's your close rate at the minute?
So I don't track shit. I'm like all over the place. So I couldn't even tell you a number. I can tell you my close rate with inbound leads is definitely over 80%. But when it comes to cold leads that I'm doing DM outreach with, half of it is they're unqualified. And the second half is my sales skills are not where they should be. When I hit my revenue goal is because I had a lot of people come in through the content and kind of be familiar with what they see from me on the timeline. So they were already nurtured and sold, which made the sales call really easy. But the actual selling part for colder leads, it's not the highest close rate.
Okay, so there's 2 problems with your outbound at the minute. One is you said half of them are non-ICP.
I think they're just more on the poorer side.
Okay. And secondly, you then have to get on a sales call and almost like convince them.
Yeah, it would be like really, really salesy because I don't think they fully understood why they needed YouTube, and I didn't do a good job of like pulling that emotion out of them, if that makes sense.
Okay, that's also probably why you're not getting many inbounds. Because if people don't understand why they need YouTube, they're probably not going to message you.
Yeah.
And so I think the second problem you have is, I can't type today, your middle of funnel needs improving. Okay.
Could you kind of explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, cool. So you've got 2.6k followers on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
That's not a huge audience, but there's definitely enough people there that like you could make 20k a month off them. What your price is at the minute?
So right now I charge $2,000 a month.
Okay, so your current price is $200 per month. You only need 10 people to say yes to make 20k a month, and at the minute you've only gotten 5, and you're not even getting people saying, you know, I really like what you do. Can we at least have a chat about talking? And so I think your B problem is like your middle of funnel, in that you don't have enough trust with your audience. So when they get on a sales call, you have to kind of convince them. But B, they just don't really know what you do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Let me ask you this. Why do people buy from you at the minute?
So the people who are ready to buy from me and get started is they understand the power of long form video content. And they also know that there's a lot of effort that goes into creating the thumbnails, the editing, etc. And they don't have time for it. So they're just looking for the right partner to help them create this content, upload it for them, and make sure they go into YouTube with the right strategy instead of just doing it themselves.
Okay, but why do they buy from you over someone else?
So they do see some of the results on my featured page and my YouTube content itself. I think my YouTube content does a good job explaining why YouTube is important. I would say that's probably the biggest thing. Everyone who's bought from me has watched my YouTube videos. So I'd say that's a good nurturing tool.
And how often are you uploading on YouTube in a minute?
I've slowed down a lot. It used to be once every week. Now it's about once every 2 weeks because I've just been like, yeah, I know. I'm not even practicing what I preach there.
YouTube is like the most powerful middle of funnel tool.
Yeah.
Right? When you want to learn something, where do you go?
YouTube for sure.
You don't go scroll on LinkedIn and look at, you know, a load of posts. You don't go on Instagram and look at a load of reels. You type in the problem you have onto YouTube and you get it solved.
Oh, yeah.
And so the two things that have made you the most money, you've stopped and slowed down on.
Yep.
And this is why your business hasn't grown in 3 months nearly. The things that were literally showing, you know, this is working, you've stopped. Okay?
Yeah.
YouTube is the best middle of funnel thing that you can use, because when someone spends even like 10 minutes, and you know this is what you teach people. When someone spends 10 minutes with you on a video and they can read your body language, your tone of voice, they can see your system in depth, they can see a ton of case studies, that builds so much more trust than one LinkedIn or 20 LinkedIn or 100 LinkedIn posts ever could.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is your like top of funnel, okay? That attracts people. That's what gets people to like you. Your YouTube is your middle of funnel. That's what gets people to trust you. And at the minute, you're slacking on both, okay?
Yeah.
Why do people buy from you particularly?
I think, again, they just watch the videos I do have up on my channel. They like what I'm saying. I think that what I say resonates with my specific audience. And then also they see work that I've done for other people as well. They like the editing style. I understand what works in B2B content. I mean, then it just makes sense they buy. But other than that, I don't think I know any other real specific reason.
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly pause, and I'm letting editors know just to quickly cut this bit out.
Okay.
Let me quickly share something. Okay, I'm just gonna share my screen so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, people buy from me, and I've literally heard this. Okay, people say, I really like how simple you make everything. People like how authentic I am. You know, like on LinkedIn, I will call out bullshit if I see it.
Yeah.
I will tell people my ups and my downs. I won't just make it out like I'm living this amazing life. And when someone says, how's this going? I won't be like, oh, I'm going amazing. I'll tell them the truth. And people like that. People like that I'm authentic, you know?
Yeah.
Young business owner. If you look at a lot of my clients, they're like, you know, around your age and my age.
Yeah.
The majority of them are in their young 20s. And they resonate with that. Like, oh, like, they're like, oh, this guy's cool. He's a little bit like me. I've had maybe one or two people say about my car. I get quite a lot of car guys talk to me. Yeah. Yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, I like that you're into cars. And then we start a conversation of cars. And so like, there's all these things that I find out along the way that people are buying from me for. And I've now used them more and more in my content. And so if we look at my LinkedIn content, for example, right, I'm now being authentic as possible, talking about where I was stuck, why I was stuck there, being authentic, you know, swearing. I'm not super corporate just because I'm on LinkedIn. I'm being authentic. People like the fact that I'm young and again, authentic. So I write about that. I talk about cars, and I just drop these things in my content. Okay, I think one of your problems is that you don't know why people buy from you.
Yeah.
And so you're not able to then double down on it. So here, there's two things I would do. Okay, number one is go to your audience, go to a current client. Like every single question you have about what content to make and what to put in your content is in your clients. Okay, go to them and say, what made you want to buy from me? What separated me from everyone else? What was the final post or YouTube video that you saw that got you across the line to book a call? What were your hesitations before joining, etc., etc., etc. Get all of this data and then double down on that. If you might get a lot of guys say, "Oh, I really liked how laid back you are," for example. That could be an example. You can make more content about what you do on a weekend to relax. You might find that a lot of your clients, since speaking to you, really enjoy that you went to New York City the other day. You might have told one of your clients that, and they're like, "Oh, I love New York City as well," or "I love traveling." And you can make more content about how you get to travel with your business. People might like about how you preach about consistency with YouTube. Double down on that. And so I think you really need to understand, why do people buy from me? And then double down on that. Okay.
Yeah.
With the YouTube, and that's for LinkedIn, by the way. This is just to attract more people and get more people to like you. Because the aim of LinkedIn isn't to convert. Because you said to me that 90% of people who've watched one of your YouTube videos have, 90% of the people that have bought from you have watched at least one YouTube video.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
So LinkedIn isn't what's converting them. LinkedIn is what's getting them to know you, getting them to like you. And you're, at the minute, if we look at your content, you do super long form LinkedIn stuff. Like a video, which doesn't even do well on LinkedIn.
That was my first video I've ever made.
I'll let you off. But look how long that is.
Yeah.
These founders, they're just they're mindlessly scrolling on their lunch break. They're not going to read this.
Fair.
Okay? Because you're trying to use LinkedIn as a long form when you have YouTube for that.
Yeah.
The kind of LinkedIn stuff that does well is this. That builds trust. Okay. That gets people to like you. That's the authentic stuff. But then again, even then, you've tried to turn it into a bottom funnel post by getting a CTA.
I've been doing that on every post. Should I stop that?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, fuck.
People don't like being sold to. They hate it. And it makes you look desperate and it breaks trust. Your LinkedIn should not be there to sell. Your LinkedIn is there to get attention and get people to like you. So find out, what do people like about me? Why do they buy from me? Do content around that. But then every single LinkedIn post as well should chip away at people's limiting beliefs and objections. If we look at my posts, yes, I talk about things that people buy from me for. So, I get a lot of people saying, you're authentic or you're young or I really like your car. And so I write about that. But I always try and break at least one limiting belief or objection in my post. A limiting belief that I'm breaking here is that you need to outwork your problem or you need to do more work to get past 10K a month, which is kind of the objection that, you'd probably give me if we jumped on a sales call right now. And so I'm chipping away at a limiting belief or an objection with every single post. This one here, marketing funnels don't work anymore. I get a lot of people jumping on a call and they're like, I'm considering between you or this guy who can help me set up this newsletter funnel. And I'm talking about marketing funnels don't work anymore. This is a lead magnet post. I need to think about it. This is a super big objection. I've literally created a post breaking it down. And so your LinkedIn content should get people to like you, get people's attention, but also chip away at limiting beliefs and objections so that you then increase your close rate. And then using this website, visit my website button, drive people to YouTube because you're getting the attention and then you're building the trust with the YouTube.
Okay.
At the minute, you're uploading once every 2 weeks?
Yeah. That's been for the past probably 2 months. Okay. Prior to that, it was once a week, very consistent.
Cool. Let's up that back up to at least once a week.
Yeah.
And again, with your YouTube, it should be a lot more middle of funnel focused in that, you should be talking about your systems, your processes. But once again, have a huge focus on breaking these limiting beliefs and objections of every single post. Because then if you think about it, the LinkedIn posts are like a hammer and chisel, right? You're slowly chipping away. It might take 100 posts for someone to finally be like, okay, cool, let me get on a call with him. But if you just have a YouTube video that literally just wrecking balls their whole limiting belief, their whole objection, boom, they're done. They're ready to go. So if we look at this one here, the limiting belief that I break here is that you shouldn't raise your prices until you're full on clients.
You're not sharing that part on the screen.
Sorry. So the limiting belief that I broke in this video was you don't need to be full on clients before you raise your prices. You should just raise your prices anyway. Because a lot of people come to me like, well, your program is X, my program is only Y. It means I need to make 10 sales before I can make the money back. Whereas if I get people to raise their prices before they come to me, it's way easier for them to warrant spending that money with me. This one here, the limiting belief or objection I break is that they don't have a big enough reason as to why they're working for money. Similarly to you, you hit 10K a month, got complacent. I don't want people getting complacent. I want people who are ready to be hungry and keep going, but find a reason as to why they should keep going. That video breaks that. This one, The objection I'm having here is that you don't need a huge team to make $75,000 a month. This one breaks
Yeah.
down a load of objections. Obviously, this is like literally just 7 LinkedIn mistakes. So every single YouTube video, I'm breaking limiting beliefs again, breaking objections again. So that when someone gets on a sales call, they're seeing hundreds of my LinkedIn posts chipping away, and then the YouTube video breaks it. The only really last objection they can then have is fear, because they're too scared to invest, or price, they don't have enough money. I can handle them things by sending case studies and becoming better at sales and handling the objections.
Yeah.
So then the YouTube videos, each one should break a limiting belief or objection. That sound cool?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. What I want you to do is go to all your current and previous clients and literally ask them, you know, why did you buy from me? What separated me from the competitors? What final post or video did you see that made you get across the line? Get as much information of them out of them as possible and start creating content around that. And every single LinkedIn post and every single YouTube video should then break a limiting belief or an objection. LinkedIn doesn't need to convert anymore. It's all about getting attention, getting people to like you. YouTube is then about really, you know, like hammering down the conversion. Have like 2 or 3 CTAs throughout the video. For example,
Yeah.
like with mine, I say, here's my scorecard. Like, for example, guys, anyone that's watching this video, if you want my process for figuring out what your A plus and B problem are, message me on LinkedIn and I'll tell you. I'll send you a link breaking down what your A plus problem and B problem are. That's for anyone watching right now. That's like a little lead magnet, and people can actually do that, by the way. If you want, I'll send you a link video. But like, have little ones of them, and then that gets the attention back to LinkedIn, and you can start conversations with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. So here's what I would do if I was you. Number 1, hire an appointment setter. The thing that was bringing you in the most sales calls was the outreach, and like that's a very low leverage task. So just hire an appointment setter. 2, use LinkedIn to gain more attention and get more people to like you by finding out, you know, why do people like you, and then writing more content about that and breaking a limiting belief or an objection in each post. And number 3, pick up the cadence of YouTube again. Like, commit to just doing one a week.
Yeah. And I think the reason I slowed down on YouTube too is I wanted to dedicate all the resources for my team for clients that I was like holding myself back and didn't want to use an editor on my team to edit my own things. But I've gotten over that, and now I put myself in the rotation as well.
Yeah, and often that comes from like a identity issue, right? You're probably identifying as a 10K a month business owner, which is why you got complacent at 10K a month.
Yeah.
It was very easy if you get 10K a month because in your head you was already there and you was doing the things that 10K a month business owner do. But then when you hit 10K a month and you want to get to 30K a month, you need to stop saying, right, I'm a 10K a month business owner. You need to start saying, I'm a 30K a month business owner. Because then your thoughts and your emotions and your actions change to align with a 30K a month business owner. Like a 30K a month business owner wouldn't be sitting in the outreach inbox himself.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be sending DMs himself. He'd already have hired an appointment setter. He wouldn't be editing videos himself. He would have already hired a team to do that. And so you need to start thinking, what would 30K a month Quinton do?
100%.
And those are the things that you then need to start doing. And it'll become a lot easier to do it when you start asking yourself that question. So yeah, hire an appointment setter, use LinkedIn to gain more attention and get more people to like you, pick up the cadence with YouTube. That will get you to 30K a month. Because then you're getting the sales calls booked again, you're building a bigger audience with their LinkedIn, and you're building even more trust and therefore converting more of their audience with YouTube.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I see, like, it's so simple too, and it's just like, I almost feel dumb taking my foot off the gas with it.
no, but like you probably needed this space to reset, right? Like maybe if you hadn't taken your foot off the gas at the lead gen, the delivery would have died and you would have dropped even more. So sometimes it's okay to hit a goal, pause, go again. But like just don't slack again. And the way you don't slack is by finding what is the 20% of work that you can do that creates 80% of the results in your business. That's YouTube. Spend your time doing the content because that creates high leverage. You can create one post in 20 minutes and it reaches 10,000 people. But DMs, you can only really get the same amount of DMs out every single time. And so your time shouldn't be spent on that. It should be spent on things with leverage.
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. I'd also recommend you start blocking out your time on Google Calendar so you can then, solve the A+ problem in the morning, which is hiring an appointment slot and doing the DMs, documenting the processes, do your client delivery, and then in the afternoon or when you have the spare time, solving the B problem.
Okay. Yeah, that's first on my list definitely is tracking all the DM data. That way I can get an appointment setter ASAP because that helped me out a lot.
Yeah, so 3 things. 1, get back in the inbox. Send the amount of DMs you need to do, even if it's hard. Just like, think of it as this. You're literally just ripping the plaster off. But the quicker you rip it off, the quicker the pain goes. And at the minute, that cut is not healing. It's just staying underneath that plaster and you're like telling yourself it's okay, but it's not. Rip it off, heal it, move on with your life. So get back in the DMs, start tracking the data, document your processes again once you get back to consistent numbers, and then go from there.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Sweet, man. Do you have any questions?
No, yeah, I think you laid it out pretty clearly. and it's just mainly just a user issue as to why I'm not hitting my goals yet.
Yeah, that's always the issue. People think about an F1 team, right? People focus so much on the car and the team that does the mechanics and does the pit stops. But if the driver's no good, the car's not going to go very fast.
Yeah.
And right now, like you're the driver, and you've stopped focusing on that. You've stopped focusing on your time management, your mindset to get you to 30k a month, etc.
Agreed.
Cool. Let's smash it. Let's run it up. Get to 30k a month as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Drop off another interview after I hit that.
There we go. That's it. We'll jump another case study out.
Yes, sir.
Nice, man. Cool.